Hi, Bogur. I've been a support main Marvel Rivals for 5 months. I love playing the role and I have over 7,000 hours. There's no... This is a shitpost. There's no way you have 7,000. It was only today that I came across a player by the name of Necros who told me I was worthless, and now I've given up on the role and told all my support main friends to give up on the role. Sorry that the game has no supports anymore, but I can't take this abuse, bro. I am so sorry that happened to you. That happened to me as well. Necros bullied me to play tank. I'm actually a DPS player. I don't want to play tank. He forces me to play tank. He says he won't raid me otherwise. It's rough. Every time I say I'm going to go play DPS today, he says no. He holds me, my cat, my dog hostage. My mother is in his basement. Please help. I can't, like, he controls Marvel Rivals. He controls the shadow government. It's all him. There's no developers. All the developers are on his payroll, guys. I fear him. I fear him. Please send help. Send help. Send help. Why don't you rage bait like Necros? Support players are complaining, DPS players are rage baiting, but tank players, they need to learn to sit back and observe. A true Sigma sits back and observes. Bro, it's nothing burger drama, bro. I can't feel this guy. People sit here and crucify Necros for not liking a certain aspect of the game we're disagreeing with, but then they watch absolute horrendous content creators who've been cancelled 50 million times for actual crimes against humanity. So, I don't fucking know, bro. There's people that actively watch Keemstar and glaze him. He made a video flaming me too. Bro, this guy's a grifter. They're all grifters. They're just grifting off of us. Kudos on the recent engagement bait. Chaos, good start. Not lie, mildly jealous. I've been molded by Overwatch, guys. My influence stretches wide. My influence is wide. What I say is law. Technically, they can put Necros in the game. Now he's a Marvel villain. I actually wonder how Necros is taking all of it. I think this is I mean, actually, he's been through some controversies. So I think he can handle it. He's also Serbian. He got accused for scripting in Overwatch 1. That's how he became popular. And then in Deadlock, he also got accused of scripting. But that time, he was actually scripting. But they weren't banning anyone. But then he stopped when the developer said, like, don't do it. The Necromancer. Scripting is having keybinds on multiple keybinds on one button. Vladan Necros shot dead in Serbia. I mean, the script allegations are what made him popular in Overwatch. I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes more popular from this, because it's actually all of TikTok. All of TikTok is actually just flaming him. It's left the target audience. It's so funny. I told you, an IRL friend DM'd me and said, why am I getting Necros hate TikToks? I don't even fucking watch Rivals or Necros. It's just out of the stratosphere, bro. Actually, just crazy work. I've never seen people hate as much on something as mild as somebody saying that a row is boosted. It's like, you have such pathetic human beings being content creators and millionaires that people glaze daily and they don't give a shit. And it's never been such a big outrage for any of these subhumans. But then Necros literally made one rage bait and people are calling for his fucking death sentence. Yeah, this classic popular is bad. He's just the CEO of Rivals. Whatever he says, whenever he says, there will always be people complaining about it. It's fine. I mean, he doesn't play support, talking in support. I don't need to eat shit to know that shit tastes like shit. Right? Like, you don't need to play support to know certain aspects of support. I can smell shit. I can look at it. I know it tastes like shit. That's a great analogy. I learned it a long time ago, bro. I remember I was arguing with a friend and he was like, I don't like X show. And I was like, I think you should give it a chance. And he said, should I give shit a chance and taste it if I know it tastes like shit? Like, what is the point of taste? What is the point of trying it if I know I won't like it? Support players are babies. You reported Necros. The player you reported Necros has been muted. What? There's no way. There's no way people are mass reporting him. What is this real? The player you reported, Necros, has been muted. Thank you for helping us maintain a positive community environment. There's no way people are... That's not true. There's no way. Is he actually muted? No, Necros has been offline since yesterday. He disappeared, bro. Okay, that's wild. Let's read this amazing Reddit post that has amassed 11,000 likes on the Marvel Rivals subreddit. I'm sure it's very normal. Whew. The support strike and Necros comments why this actually matters. With a recent support strike going on in Marvel Rivals, thank you so much for the subscription. I'm about to mute alerts because with a recent support strike going on in Marvel Rivals, I wanted to share an experience that really shows why many support players are speaking up and had enough right now. Necros outright said on stream that he hates support players and called them idiots and morons. That kind of statement coming from a big voice in the community does real damage. Support players are idiots and morons. I'm gonna say it out of spite because I don't think it fucking matters. Anyways, streamers don't get to opt out of influence. If you have a following, what you say matters in the community. I like big juicy cocks. I love massive chunguses. And now we're seeing the consequences of that. True. In a recent match, I was playing support and I wasn't doing bad. Nearly 50,000 healing. Only 2 devs, same damage blocked as our DPS, and just 10,000 less damage dealt. Still, someone in the voice chat told me Necros was right. You support players are all brain dead. Now, let me dissect this. I think it's really unfortunate that somebody flamed you, but I think that person is stupid that flamed you if you performed well, and probably really insecure. Immediately going at Necros because that one person is mentally ill is stupid, right? I think it's just so wild to me that instead of pinpointing that one person that actually validates their own opinion by some random rage bait Necros says, even if it happened, let's just assume it did happen, right? Making such a big deal out of it, I think it's just so silly. You know how many times I've been flamed on tank? Right? So it's just... Sure, let's just say that Necros influenced all of the Marvel Rivals DPS player base to be toxic towards support players. That is exactly what he said, right? It's not even a thing he said. Right, he criticized support, he said his opinion, and some random person decided that, hey, I'm gonna flame this guy and I'm gonna validate my opinion because my favorite streamer validated it. That person would have flamed you no matter what. That person would have flamed you no matter... That person didn't flame you out of nowhere. That person is stupid. Even if Necros didn't say it, you would still get flamed because that person is stupid. You can't, like... You guys are acting like Necros said slurs on stream, bro. Like, can I be honest with you? Streamers should be held accountable for what they say. I agree, but it's a fucking video game, bro. He didn't say slurs. He wasn't sexist. He wasn't transphobic. He wasn't racist. He didn't do anything actually problematic besides criticizing a role he doesn't like. I don't like DPS players, bro. That doesn't mean I'm gonna get fucking hanged for it, bro, right? Anyways, I digress. Sure, let's assume it did happen and it had a horrible influence on this person's mental health, right? Sure thing, right? Acceptable, whatever. This mindset is being validated and amplified and makes playing the role feel increasingly thankless. How many people in chat have been flamed for playing support and then people flamed you because they said that Necros flamed you? How many people in chat have been flamed with this exact, you know, situation where... Oh, that's an ult in the background. Where somebody says that Necros was right. 69. Nice. 1 million. How many people in chat have been flamed for playing support in any game, even before Marvel Rivals? Type 1. How many times have you been flamed for playing support even before Necros inception? Okay. So I have a feeling people have been playing support players because they're really insecure since before Necros even became a fucking streamer, okay? So it's just such a singular moment that's taken out of context and amplified into believing that Necros is this grand villain, bro. The next Marvel Rivals villain. The next season of Marvel Rivals, it won't be Doctor Doom, it won't be Dracula, it will be Necros sitting on his PC flaming support players. To be clear, most support players aren't playing support because they lack the mechanical skill to play DPS. They can play DPS just like they are mechanically easy and difficult heroes in every role. The reason a lot of us choose support is because it's actually fulfilling and fun for us to keep a teammate alive or to set someone else up for a kill. For us, that's just more fun than chasing Olymps. that is why the support roles exist, because people don't want a DPS. I don't want a DPS because I hate being a twink. I want to be a big tanky guy that takes damage and does things that isn't going around chasing kills. That is why these roles are presented, and that is why you have the option to play these roles. Right, so you play support because you want to play support. I don't think Necros has ever said that support isn't important. He just said during last season that support is boosted, right? So in context or out of context, you could agree or disagree with him, right? So it's just twisting what he said into your own little argument, right? I don't think it's fair to do that. I don't think Necros has ever said that support is useless. As a matter of fact, he plays with support players all the time, right? One of the people he plays with all the time is Kaiji, the other is Desley, because he knows that a good support can carry the game and is extremely important to the game, right? So I also don't think it's fair to say, for example, most support players aren't playing support because they lack the mechanical skill to play DPS. Of course, most support players play support because they want to play support, but I'll be the first to say I cannot play Spider-Man or 90% of the DPS cast at an Eternity level. And so can't these support players play DPS at the rank that they are at, right? I am very confident in saying that undermining how hard DPS can be, especially when it is truthfully, I think it is the biggest carry in the game. Like no bullshit, like bullshit aside, memes aside, rage bait aside, I think a good DPS, 2 good DPS players can carry the most out of any other role. I think having 2 good support players doesn't mean you win. Having 2 good tank players doesn't mean you win. But if you have 2 really good DPS players and they're diffing the other DPS, I think with a 90% certainty, I can say that you will win that game even if you have 1 tank, as long as the other players in the team do the bare minimum. I don't think it's fair to say that DPS is exactly easy to play on a mechanical skill level, because I cannot play Spider-Man on the same level as Necros, and most people cannot play the characters he does at the level he does, right? Saying that it's just inherently you can just pick it up and do it is silly, right? Again, there are mechanically easy and difficult heroes in every role. I agree completely, but those heroes that are mechanically easy in the DPS role are usually characters that aren't that good, while the characters that are mechanically easy in the support role are usually really, really good and meta, like Rocket and Luna. You don't need to be a good Loki player, which is a mechanically difficult character, to actually get value in support. I see way more people swapping to support in a game and playing decent support and winning the game than I see support players swapping to DPS and carrying the game, because inherently I believe there's more characters. That is because the game is heavily influenced towards DPS players. I think there's inherently way more difficult DPS characters than there are inherently difficult support characters. I think at any point in the game, anyone, I truly believe anyone can pick up Rocket or Luna and get minimum value super easily, right? You can get more value and there's a high skill ceiling, but the bare minimum isn't hard to achieve. The bare minimum for characters like Spider-Man or even Hela or Hawkeye is just so difficult to achieve most of the time, especially if you play in a higher level lobby. You will just get rolled by people that actually know the role. And same with tank. You can't just pick tank and go like, yes. A very different play style when you play support compared to DPS, right? And support, a good support is very important. But downplaying DPS players, you're doing the same thing the DPS players are doing towards you, right? So, you're just doing the same thing you're complaining about at that point. We're not asking to be glorified or seen as the hardest role, because I don't think we are. We just want basic respect. It's that you're not being oppressed. You're not being oppressed. Support players are not being oppressed. Type 1 if you're a support player and you think you're being oppressed, segregated. Like, come on. Racially, like, it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Be real with me. It's starting to be called brain dead or worthless when your stats are solid and you're playing. Brother, guys, you be called brain dead and worthless in rank no matter what, because people are fucking stupid. It's just people are stupid. Do you know how many times I've been flamed on a lower rank account? I haven't been smurfing that much in Marvel because I like grinding for top 500 and high rank. But in Overwatch, you know how many times I've been flamed for playing bad on tank, even though I was top 10 my main and I was playing on a plat account or a diamond account trying to rank it up so I can have a second. You know how many times I've had 50 kills and 5 deaths and get fucking slurred? People are stupid. You can't just inherently connect that to Necros because he made a comment that one time. Again, I understand it. I understand if, for example, he was farming TikToks, trying to push an agenda with YouTube videos, with TikToks, with tweets, like hard pushing it. It was just a comment on stream. If anything, more than likely, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where you keep talking about it, so you keep getting more and more stupid people hooked up to that idea because it's getting more propelled forward. People will get shit. You get shit talked for no matter what, bro. In ranked, it's just the harsh truth of ranked games. In any ranked game, no matter what you do, you get flamed. It just fucking sucks. And I agree it sucks, but even if you play perfectly, you get flamed. It is not an issue that only happens towards support players. It is not a thing that only support players go through. I get flamed all the time playing tank. DPS players get so much flame for not having high KD or getting diffed. If I have to be genuine with you, I think I've heard more people flaming DPS players for getting diffed playing against good players than I've heard support players getting flamed for dying, right? It might be different in low elo, right? It might be different because I don't play in your elo. Come on. It is not an exclusive issue that only support players go through. You are not the only people that get flamed. Like, come on. I can play the same card. I can be like, I'm tired of solo tanking. I'm tired of getting flamed for not hitting my Magneto ult or for not playing boring character. I can play the same game. But I don't, because it's meaningless. What is the point of this? I solo tank so many games as well, and I get bullied by Wolverine, right? Why? What is the point of this game? I think you're missing the point. Sure, people shit talk online. We all know this, but the point is there is a difference between calling someone stupid playful as a joke, but kind of meaning it because someone is banned. Someone calling other person because they're just mean spy. Necros meant what he said. That was so... Bro. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Necros said support players are boosted because during that time when he said that support players are boosted, they might have been fucking boosted. And second of all, I don't think it's as deep as you might say it. He didn't try to target anyone in particular. He didn't go like, you George, the single father of 5. You are boosted. You should quit this game. Yes, you, Chad. That clip that is circulating is from a different time altogether, right? I don't know what else he said recently. I haven't watched his reactions, but that was during triple support where Cloak and Dagger just ran around and was immortal with her ult and had a 50% plus pick rate. It's during, unless I'm wrong, you can correct me. That was a different time. That's an old ass clip. Anyways, support is a road that has to go through a lot of shit, but the issues around people flaming support isn't only issues that support players go through. People get flamed for on every single row. Of course I'm gonna defend Necros, bro. He's my friend, guys. You're fucking guys. You are actively crucifying Necros because he made an opinion about support. You guys are so wild. Come on. Why would I not defend him? He's not Adolf Hitler. Are you guys crazy? I've known this guy for 6 years, bro. You guys are taking things out of hand. Of course I would defend. He's not saying slurs. He's not segregating. Come on, guys. Like, genuinely. Like, really real. Like, genuinely real. Like, come on. Like, be real with yourselves. Do you honestly think that, like, I shouldn't be defending Necros and I should be glazing random TikTokers? Come on. Like, be real. Of course, these people online are wrong. Everybody says so many random things online all the time. You can clip farm my stream out of context and make me out to be the next reincarnation of Satan. You can do the same with SK. You can do the same with Flats, right? Like, you can't just take one moment from somebody's stream or like whatever. We stream for so long. Send this narrative as if Necros wants all support players to be segregated. Lose a fight, where my tank, where my heals. I am his tank. And his heals are Kaiji, guys. He is flaming us because we're friends. Like, genuinely, how often, like, be real, like, from my experience, how often does Necros like sit down and bully somebody in voice chat for playing badly? Like genuinely be real. Like I've played with him a lot. He usually goes like, unlucky, go next. Like genuine, like in voice chat. Like rage bait aside, how often does he go in voice chat and flame a support player for playing bad or argue with somebody? He's usually very chill. Yeah, he can flame on stream, but he doesn't do it on chat. Everybody does. I flame people in stream because I'm frustrated. I want to win the game. But after that, right, I'm like, whatever. We just move on, right? It's just games, bro. I think it's very different to go into voice chat and verbally assault somebody and bully him because you're like, oh, I didn't like how he played, than sitting and voicing your frustration in stream. Because at the end of the day, you all, like genuinely, you all flame people. You all flame people after your game is done, but you're not streamers. It's just a part of human nature. It's just how things are. Like after you're done with a really frustrating game, you will voice your frustrations, right? None of us are robots. I think it is very nice of him to never voice his frustrations or bully or harass people in game in voice chat. He's never directly toxic to somebody, right? Because that is the normal thing to do. I try to never be directly toxic, but sometimes games get to me. Some people get to me. People look up to him. That's your issue. Why the fuck are you looking up to a Serbian Spider-Man one trick? Like, what are you looking up to? It's a content, like you just watch him for fun. What are you looking up to? Why? He's there to create content. He's there to rage bait. He's there to have fun, be silly, swing around, and do silly stuff. He's not there to start a fucking a movement anti-support. He's not trying to segregate support players, right? I think anyone, like, again, because me and him, we play in high rank, we try to win games, we're giga competitive, we sweat. It is normal for us to be frustrated because we care about winning. But the fact that he never actually actively sits there and bullies people in voice chat for playing bad because he understands that it is a game and his frustrations in the moment do not really represent him, he never tries to bully them in game. He always might say something on stream, but he will never delve too deep into it. He won't harass them. If anything, I've harassed way more people in game than he has. I genuinely think he's a very chill dude if you actually have watched his stream. And there's plenty of content creators who actively bully people in voice chat. So I think it's really unfair to say that Necros is trying to push some negative agenda or he is the big issue, right? At the end of the day, he's one of the biggest streamers, so anything he says is going to be under a microscope. Come on, it's not fair to like put him in the same category. I'll keep glazing Necros until the day I fucking die. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, what's next? We're not asking to be glorified or seen as the hardest role, because I don't think we are. We just want basic respect. It's starting to be called brain dead or worthless, and you're playing your role the way it's meant to be played. Honestly, the players who show appreciation are usually tanks, especially non-dive frontline tanks. They know they go down in seconds without healing, but a lot of the support hate seems to come from DPS mains who can casually get by on health packs and mobility. W tank players, guys. Like, at the end of the day, I think it's also unfair to say that DPS players can just get by on health packs. You do have to heal them, right? But thank you guys. I do appreciate the tank glaze. If someone who plays DPS or tank take a second to think about the support on your team, are they really the problem or are they just an easy target? This game doesn't work without teamwork, so if your support is getting dove a lot, stay with them and protect them. You keeping your support alive, preventing the enemy team's divers from getting kills is still great. But can I be honest with you? Like, brutally honest about support players getting dove? I think a lot of people do get dove a lot, and they get railed 24/7 by a bunch of characters. I don't think it's fair to get angry that people are focusing you when you play support. That is what they're supposed to do. It's how it's supposed to be played. You are supposed to focus supports, so you will be the target all the time. And a lot of the times when people get flanked or get dove or get harassed, I'll be honest with you, with a lot of support players, I'm not pinpointing anyone, it's just a mistake people do. People refuse to adapt their own playstyle when playing support and always look to make the same mistake over and over again, and instead say that everybody else should do something about it. Even if I try to go the thing and peel, if a support player refuses to change their positioning or change their support character, I cannot do anything. You can't just repeat the same mistake and play in the same spot over and over again, and just die over and over again. I feel like a lot of supported players assume that your job is to just heal and stay alive. But if there is an issue on you staying alive, it always comes down to everybody else peeling you. And it's true, you should be peeled. You should be peeled by your DPS and tanks, but you should always acknowledge what people are doing, how people are playing, and save your cooldowns and position differently. Because if you are honest, if you play Rocket Raccoon and you're getting dove by a Black Panther and dying, that Panther cannot kill you if you play high ground or you start wall climbing when you see him. He cannot kill you. But people just keep running it down and dying every fight because they refuse to adapt. A second thing is people are so hyper fixated in healing tanks that they think that they should be healing 24/7 and they play like bots. I'm not flaming every support player. It's genuinely just a mistake people do in lower ranks. There is no reason to spam heals on your tanks if it means you're gonna die. Because if the enemy tank is playing against 2 diver characters, it means they will not be taking as much damage. You should prioritize you staying alive, then healing your tank for 50 HP because he took 1 hit. Second of all, the most peeling that needs to be done is from your own support. I will be honest with you. You can tank Psylocke ult if you play Rocket and, for example, Luna, if you two just heal each other. But a lot of people will refuse to do that. They will instead blame their tanks or DPS for not peeling when the solution is right there super easily. It's super easily available. I think it's equally as support players say that, hey, DPS and tanks refuse to adapt and change their playstyle for us. I do believe the support players refuse to change their playstyle as well because they want the easier solution, which is somebody else needs to do it for us. I think this season is very dive focused in ranked, and it's very easy to die every fight, and I think it is hell on earth. But I don't think it's true that you guys have no solutions whatsoever. Like, I don't think it's true that you can't do anything. When I play Overwatch, there's been 8 years of development for hero shooters, and characters that dive in those games are a lot easier to handle because support players have had a lot more opportunities to learn where to position and how to play. If you play in the open or play in positions where it's easy for you to get dove by these characters, you die every fight because you do not understand the range or how these characters play. When I have been trying to teach some people on support, people do not understand the mechanics of Magic and Black Panther. Therefore, they don't know how to position or act in the case when they get dove. It is inherently a lot easier if you understand their POV, and vice versa if DPS understand the POV of supports, to actually make things function. If you play way safer, stacked up with your support, and you make that call out, and you guys heal each other, and you play in a position where it's hard for a Panther to dive you, where it's hard for a Magic to dive you. Iron Fist is broken, so I won't even talk about that. Hard for Spider-Man to dive. Like, a lot of people see Spider-Man and they die every fight. I ask you this, what can Spider-Man do if you play with your support inside a closed space? Because he relies on swinging in and doing stuff. Nothing, really, nothing. There isn't much you can do because he all of his like perfect positioning, all of his perfect scenarios are just closed off. He needs to go inside a little house. What do these dive characters can do if you guys play support characters that are anti-dive, right? Has Bogur even touched support? Bro, have you even watched my stream? Are you stupid? The fuck you mean have I touched support? I'm not Necros, bro. I've swapped. Have you even touched the game? Sorry. Such a stupid comment. You can swap to Lucky. You can swap to Adam. You can... Even if I really dislike Cloak and Dagger, in lower elos, it is still a better option than Luna if you're getting hard dove every fight, right? If you're playing Rocket, right, and you position your res beacon correctly, and your other support gets dove, that's a lot of resources wasted, and he gets dove and dies, he'll get rest. I'll be honest, that's like at least 20 seconds wasted off their time. They cannot instantly go after you again because it's so cooldown based, right? So if you don't die and you place your beacon correctly, you rest the person that gets dove and dies anyways. this season is bad about support, but it's not because Necros hates support players. He hates tank players too, right? Nobody's complaining about tank, right? It's just what the developers have done this season. It's the punishment for playing support because they're so stat heavy, the point gains. Also just buffing so many dive characters, right? Like, it's not about sucky support players. I think support kind of sucks to play right now. But even if Necros disappears from human history today, you still be in the same fucking spot, guys. That is my argument. My argument is that if Necros didn't exist, you would still get flamed and you would still be in the shit position. Like if Necros ceases to exist today and everything about him ceases to exist and he's never existed, you guys would still be in the same spot. So it's easy to crucify him because he's the biggest streamer, but like, doesn't change anything, bro. It is so easy to always bully the person that is the most popular. He's just the figurehead, and then, you know, whatever, and then this, and fuck this guy. Like, he is innocent in the context of this entire support debate, but he's not innocent in the context of killing the Pope, because I do have evidence, and he is going to prison, and actually, he's gone for a week, not because he doesn't want to deal with the drama, it's because he is getting a trial in the Vatican City. He's called a whole category of players shit. He's literally flaming people, and we're bullying him. Yes, you guys are bullying him because he called an entire category of players shit, because single targeting somebody is a lot more different than, like, single targeting somebody, mass reporting him, bullying him, and giving him death threats is a lot more different than him saying in a 30-second clip that X amount of players are fucking stupid. Because you guys are fucking stupid if you don't understand how unironically parasocial and ridiculous this situation is. Like, you specifically are stupid. Like, I would say it, I would take the heat. You specifically, not support players as a whole, because support players have done nothing wrong, but you guys giving him death threats, harassing him, and mass reporting him are fucking stupid. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You guys are so parasocial. He has not done anything inherently wrong outside of saying one single comment, bro. Like, be real with me. You can criticize Necros, but you guys are taking it overboard and you're acting like victims. But at the end of the day, which sounds really stupid, Necros doesn't know any of you, and none of you are actually getting affected in real life, while he is being affected in real life because you're all targeting him. It is thousands of people versus one person who needs to deal with this daily now, versus one person who made a comment against a bunch of people that doesn't even apply to you in specific. A long time ago, when I was a teenager, I was talking to a girl, and the girl was saying, I hate men. I think men are pigs, and I think men are super annoying and disgusting. And I got offended because I thought she was talking about me. But she told me the world doesn't revolve around me. And the fact that she's even telling me this shit, it means that it doesn't apply to me. So that was a very important moment of my adolescence where I realized that not everything revolves around me and I'm a stupid fucking moron. Do you understand? Thank you. That is my point. If you inherently get offended by Necros' comment that support players are boosted and you take it so far, I think you inherently think you're boosted and you're insecure about it. I think mass reporting him and DMing him and farming him or whatever it is stupid, because he didn't even know you exist. He never directed it towards you. You understand my concept? This person on Reddit does have good points, and this post is a great post, and it does shed light on the frustrations of support players. But it would be the same post that would still be valid if he just removed this part right here. Support players just get flamed in every game, bro. Support players want compassion. I know, guys. I get it. But that's in every game. I understand, guys. I play tank. That's every game. I've heard the same issues in Overwatch. I've heard the same issues in Dota 2 for position 5. I've heard the same issue in every game where there's a support role. It is an ungrateful role, bro. The Fran unblocked me on X. Why? I want to stay blocked. I digress, guys. I think this is way out of hand. Of course, I'll glaze Necros because he's my friend, guys. If Necros has one fan, I'm gonna be him. And if Necros has no fans, then I'm no longer alive, bro. That's what normal humans do. It's just normal. And if you disagree with me, you have a problem with me, and with me saying all of this, unlucky, bro. I don't care. This is stupid. That is my final thoughts. I know if I'm right. I know if I'm wrong. I don't care. But the one thing I know is that Necros is innocent. Yes, guys. Necros feels really sad right now. I'm gonna go fucking smooch him after stream. I'm his lawyer. Should I defend Necros in the court of law? You think I can prove his innocence?